In the heart of northern Montana, tucked between miles of pine and prairie, lies the small town of Red Pine Bluff. Population 2,942. It's the kind of town where everyone knows your name and your secrets. Or at least they thought they did. For nearly 2 decades, Eli Warner was the voice of Red Pine Bluff. His morning radio show, Sunrise Signal, was more than just music and weather. It was part of the town's rhythm. School closings, lost pets, birthdays, even his famous coffee wisdom segment. But on March 12th, Eli didn't show up for work. That's when the town's silence became deafening. When the station manager arrived that morning, he found the front door locked from the inside. Inside, the studio lights flickered. Eli's signature coffee mug sat on the desk, still half full. His headphones were perched neatly. The mic was hot, but Eli was cold. Slumped over the broadcast console, his body bore no visible wounds. No signs of struggle. No blood. Only a faint bruise at the base of his skull. The autopsy later revealed blunt force trauma, one precise hit. But it wasn't just the murder that haunted investigators. It was the message, scratched crudely into the console panel. Using what looked like a car key, were 4 chilling words. Detective Mara Hensley, newly assigned to the Red Pine Division after a decade in Chicago, was thrown into the eye of a quiet storm. For a town this small, murder wasn't just rare, it was unthinkable. Her first instinct, robbery gone wrong. But nothing was stolen, not even Eli's wallet. Then came a twist. On Eli's home computer, she found a hidden folder labeled Truth Files. Inside were audio recordings, dozens of them, interviews, old police reports, notes, all pointing to a cluster of unsolved teen disappearances from the mid-90s, names that no one had uttered in years. One stood out, vanished at 17. Rumors said she ran off with a boyfriend. But Eli had found someone, a former janitor at her high school, who claimed to see her arguing with a local deputy the night before she vanished. That deputy? Retired, still living in town. Meanwhile, in Seattle, Emily Warner, Eli's estranged daughter, got the call no child expects. They hadn't spoken in 3 years. Not since she left Red Pine to chase a life that didn't revolve around coffee mugs and morning shows. But when she came home, grief wasn't the only thing waiting. On her father's desk, Emily found a letter addressed to her. Handwritten, unsent. If anything happens to me, find Kara. Start with the call log. You'll know what I mean. Love always, Dad. Inside Eli's old call logs was a number. No name, just a number that called every Thursday at 2:37 a.m. Emily dialed it. Hello, she asked. There was silence, then static. Then a voice, distant, raspy, almost mechanical. You shouldn't have called. You paid the price. You will too. The line went dead. Detective Hensley reopened the Kara Holloway case under the radar. But things got darker. The retired Deputy Eli had linked to Kara's disappearance. Dead. A supposed heart attack. 2 days after Eli's murder. Another name surfaced. The former high school principal. Now a school board member. His signature was on disciplinary records Kara had tried to report. Then came the breakthrough. One of Eli's last interviews, with a woman named Jolene Matthews, Kara's childhood friend, mentioned a cabin deep in the woods, once used by staff for weekend retreats. Inside that cabin, investigators found a box, sealed, mold-covered. Inside, Kara's diary, a bracelet, a bloodstained scarf, and a Polaroid. Kara, bruised, afraid, standing with 3 men. 2 were now dead. The third was the mayor of Red Pine Bluff. Mayor Hal Brody was arrested in front of City Hall. Charges: conspiracy to cover up a crime, obstruction of justice, and accessory to murder. The motive? Kara had discovered a ring of men abusing underage girls tied to the school. She had threatened to speak. She vanished. Eli uncovered the link and started digging too deep. He was silenced, but not before leaving behind the clues. Emily Warner now runs her father's old show. She renamed it The Last Broadcast. Every Thursday, she plays his favorite songs and reads letters from families of the missing. Detective Hensley transferred out shortly after, but not before filing charges that sparked a state investigation. Red Pine Bluff will never be the same. But maybe that's a good thing, because sometimes, even the quietest towns, the loudest secrets are just waiting for someone to turn up the volume.